Hopefully, there's a great group of guys. They're really intuitive. They really listen. And it's unbelievable when they actually apply it. We got a great group of guys. They're always working, they're always getting better, always asking questions on their journey.
Shaq said that if he stayed in Phoenix, he would have lasted another 5 years in the league. I don't know if it's like the trainers, it's the fountain of youth, the desert air. What do you got, another 10 years in you?
Oh, I don't know about that, but no, the people here are great. They really do an unbelievable job taking care of you. Very preventative. They turn over every single stone there is. They're always looking out for the players and have the players' best interests. So it's been second to none, to be honest with you. Obviously, you hear about that before you come, but it's been unbelievable. It's surpassed even stuff you hear.
Jamal, you're kind of, you've always been a mentor to a ton of these guys. What is the transition with this Phoenix team? Like last year it was Minnesota.
Right.
What has the transition been later in your career?
Yeah, I think, like you said, I've always done it. So I think now people are noticing it more because you get later in your career, but it's something I've always done ever since I was in New York, and I guess I became Trevor. Actually, was one of my rookies when he was in New York. So it's gratifying. It really is. Like I said, sometimes it isn't always about the end result, but about the journey. And going along with the journey with these guys who really appreciate it, it's been fulfilling.
Who have you taken under your wing?
Everybody.
Everybody?
Yeah, everybody. This guy to my left is probably the best shooter I ever played with. I told him that. Troy Daniels. If we ever get him in a three-point contest, it's over.
Well, just put him in.
I'm putting it up here.
He putting pressure on you, Troy. He putting pressure on you, big dog.
That's what I do.
Okay.
Very positive. The city always comes down to sports.
What's the best part about being back in LA?
Seeing so many familiar faces.
Right.
Obviously, I didn't play with anybody over there but Luke, but he's not playing right now. But yeah, seeing you guys, seeing the familiar faces that I've seen for 5 years, that's always fun.
Do you still talk to a lot of the guys from the run?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I talked to Blake, CP, DJ, JJ, everybody. Wesley play New Orleans.
Were you talking to JJ about possibly going to Philly in the offseason?
We just talk a lot anyway. So we talk about everything.
Pro-Am, are you going to be doing that again next
Oh
year?
yeah, that'll go on. Nothing will stop that. But I think even now, so it's so important without having a team. That's the closest the kids in the community get to seeing NBA basketball. And I ask the kids who they want to see, and I try to go get them.
Who came last summer?
Who did we have last summer?
You were there.
I'm always
putting on
there.
a show.
You know who played? Zach actually played, Levine. He came and he missed the year before because of his ACL, so he was there.
And he's an all-star this year. He should be.
Yeah, if they win some games, he should be right there. Yeah, for sure. DeJounte Murray played this year. Marquise Chris, who am I missing? It's a blank right now. I think we had 2 guests that came this year.
Had that game winner versus Milwaukee. What do you guys got to do to get more big W's like that?
I think that's kind of like the last step when you learn to win games, and it's weird because most games come down to the last 2 possessions. It's always within a 2-possession game. So we're figuring it out. I think experience is the best teacher, so continue to go through it and try to come out on top.
Jamal, basketball is really psychological, and you're really close with Markelle Fultz. What have you been telling him through this journey?
Just how good he is. He's such a great player. He's going through a lot, and everything is on social media. You hear everything now, so you can't let that get into your head. He's a great player, and he's going to be a great player, no doubt about it. I have ultimate confidence in him, ultimate faith. I know how he loves the game and how much he works, so he'll be fine.
DJ always said you were the Benjamin Button. I remember that, and you'll keep on going, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. As long as I feel like I can have a positive impact, I'll keep going.
And
I love it.
Once the Clippers get their Inglewood Stadium, that he should be one of the first numbers retired.
Absolutely.
You should.
You should be.
All right, unless you guys.
We'll work on it.
No, we will.
You guys are gonna push it. I got faith.
Oh, you know.
So Mr. Viking, Mr. Viking, talk about some of that.
We'll come out to Phoenix and see it.
Okay, thanks so much.
So, Mr. Viking, talk a little bit more about giving back to your community, and then the lineage. Do you feel responsible for all of the Rainier Beach Vikings that is coming through there?
I wouldn't say I feel responsible, but I think we've all played a part. Doug Christie.
You played a big part too, though.
Yeah,
don't be so modest.
No, it's all of us. It didn't start with me. I think Doug Christie was the one who started it in our community, and then he kind of took me under his wing, and then I saw what to do, what not to do, and I was able to kind of pass on to the next generation. So that's what it's about.
Why do you feel it's important to give your pro-am camp? A lot of kids love it. I got family members from the area.
It's about them. I remember growing up in it, so for me it's special. It's like I said, some of those kids only see NBA players on video games or on SportsCenter, but to see one of your favorite players right there in the flesh, you can talk to them, you can touch them. It doesn't cost anything.
Sure.
Those kids remember that forever.
Right. Okay. You got more of that coming on?
Oh, yeah, it's every summer.
It's every summer.
Every summer.
You have it for about 3 or 4 weeks, right? It's a tournament,
No,
or is it just
2
one
months.
night? 2 months.
8 weeks, yeah. All
Okay.
July, all of August.
Well, that's fantastic, man. What's good in sports? We like to tell the people LOB. They love to hear you shout about LOB, love of basketball. A lot of people from the
LOB, I
Northwest.
heard a lot of stuff going on out there. You guys have a love of basketball. Always representing them. Stay tuned.
206. you guys.
206 for sure.